Senate President Godswill Akpabio at the combined funeral service for the late Group CEO of Access Bank, Herbert Wigwe, his wife Doreen Wigwe, and their son Chizi Wigwe took to the stage to offer his condolences and used the opportunity to throw a political jab at the Rivers State Governor, Sim Fubara. The Rivers State Governor during the funeral service had said that there is no need for all the political struggle in life, while eulogizing the late CEO, saying that Herbert couldn't control death with all his financial power. Godswill Akpabio, in response, said that if there is nothing in the struggle for politics, Fubara should remove himself from the struggle, generating several reactions. Let's take a look before we come back for some reactions.
This one has to do with our political class. What is all this struggle all about? You want to kill, you want to bury. What is it all about? This is a man. He's not a politician. He made his money through us, our investment. He has the world in his palm. Financially, he controls even the political classes. But today, with all the power financially, couldn't control life. Is it not enough for us to ask ourselves, why are we struggling? Why are we not making impact in the life of our people?
Just like Governor Fubara said, what is the struggle all about? I will answer you. The struggle, we are not talking politics. In 2006, I wanted to be a deputy governor. So the then deputy governor invited me and told me that this office has no money. There is nothing in it. I don't know why you still insist on moving me from here and taking over. So a woman who went with me said, Your Excellency, then don't wait for impeachment. Just resign since there is nothing in it. And he stood up and he started punching the woman. And I told him, Your Excellency, don't punch her. She's telling the truth. There is nothing in the office. That's why I want it. Because you are too big for it. So, Your Excellency, Governor Fubara, if there is nothing in the struggle, don't struggle.
All right, let me take this tweet from Matedo Peterside, who wrote, For the record, I was among those who found the Senate President's comments at the Wigwe family funeral in Port Harcourt to be in poor taste. He began by lamenting that Peter Obi received greater applause than he, Akpabio, got, and later told us to join him in consoling the widow who was lying in one of the 3 caskets in front of him. Jokes, political jabs at a solemn combined funeral, methinks that was self-centered and totally insensitive. Another tweet there goes from Ozzy Baba, wrote, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has shown he lacks emotional intelligence. What Governor Fubara said at the burial of Herbert Wigwe is the only takeaway from this tragedy. After everything, we will leave this life. There is nothing we struggle for. The only word to describe Akpabio is petty. The pastor did well in putting him in his place. Dr. Abati, I was in that room and I was in awe when I heard some of the comments he made. A lot of people there were just really frustrated with the comments because, I mean, it was a gathering, a solemn gathering, and they didn't deserve that type of disrespect. Dr. Abati.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. It was disrespectful of the dead, and it's very important for politicians to know where they play their politics. Both for Governor Fubara, who was having the innuendo about what are we struggling for, what do you want to kill for, what do you want to die for, and also the response by the Senate President, that was not the right place, not the right occasion to toy around with political innuendos or to settle political scores or to politicize any subject whatsoever. But you see, when adults behave badly, they also should be called out. The kind of maturity that we expect at the highest level that we don't often find, whether it's at a funeral, which is supposed to be a very solemn ceremony, or in the conduct of government affairs, is what makes us very doubtful about our leaders, how they lead, their level of understanding, their competence, their capacity, their choice in the first place. So, but I don't think we should dwell too heavily on this case of adults behaving badly. The more important solemn occasion was the farewell to Herbert Wigwe, his wife and his son, who died, the sunset at noon, that everyone has lamented about. I think these politicians making wrong statements is totally a distraction, in my view. May the souls of the departed rest in peace.
I'll just say two things. Number one, as regards the story of finding the bandits and all of that, what I'll just say is this: don't ascribe to malice what you can explain with incompetence. That's number one quote. Secondly, as regards the Akpabio and everybody's scenario there at Wigwe's burial, it has to be said, and I quote again, common sense, number one, is not common. Secondly, you cannot ascribe age to maturity. We think with age, maturity should come, but it doesn't come. And secondly, emotional intelligence is not positional.
Right.
It is based on your disposition. I think I've said enough.
Said well. Common sense is not common. The uncommon Senate president.